Hey everyone, so today is day one of my series from, let's see, Noob to Novice, using Python to create my first game ever. So, before I show you the video of my first game, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be rating this experience out of 5 different categories. The first one is instructions. Are they easy to follow? All of these are going to be out of 5. So if the instructions were easy to follow, it would be a 5 out of 5. The second aspect that I'm going to be rating this on is, did the prompts I send it change the way I want it to? Again, out of 5. Also, were there any times that were difficult or the instructions were unclear, especially for somebody who is new at this type of Gen AI Python programming? And then 2 more kind of abstract questions. Was the game how I imagined it in my head? And the most important thing when you're actually dealing with games, is it fun? So we'll go ahead and get started into the video. I hope you guys like it. So right now I am doing a flash forward of my first prompt that I had. For this first prompt, I actually wrote down this verbatim so that you guys are aware. I wrote, "Hello ChatGPT, I have never built a video game from scratch, but I would like to try building an air hockey style game for the PC. I would like this game to have the option for 2 players to play, but it's more important to have the ability to play against a CPU or NPC, non-player character. I am an absolute noob when it comes to programming, so please explain every step to me as if I'm in high school. I'd like the game to max out at 7 points, meaning whoever scores 7 points first wins the game. I have a picture for reference, and I'd like the game to be in a bird's eye view like the file above." So this is the picture that I used for ChatGPT to reference. Still going through the kind of installation guide that ChatGPT has written down for me. And as you can kind of see, this is the file after I executed it. I was really happy with this result as a first draft. I actually was completely blown away how easy this was. It was pretty exciting to me. So, after looking at a few things, I wanted to add sound effects to the mallet, wanted to add sound effects to the sound of the puck hitting the side, and when the goal scored as well. So at this point, I was getting pretty excited to see what else I could change. So I went to ChatGPT to add a few other features to this. So at this point at ChatGPT, I was actually giving it some wave files to use when the puck hit the side of the wall and when the puck hit the mallet. I love working with sound and stuff like this, so to me this was kind of a really fun opportunity. I was also thinking of other things in the back of my mind, like, hey, what if I could add music to the background of the game? And we're going to be exploring that a little bit later to see if it's possible. Ooh, here we go, baby! So as you can hear, the puck, when it hits the mallet, you can actually hear the sound of it. But for whatever reason, it wasn't working when the sound effect wasn't working when it was hitting the side of the wall. And I couldn't really understand why. And really, when I'm going through the next step here, I'll kind of show you what, using specific language can actually hurt you in some cases. So something that I learned during the process. So this was probably the hardest part about the game as a whole. It wasn't necessarily the mechanics or anything like that, but it was the sound. And, going through the prompts and re-entering different types of prompts, had mentioned to ChatGPT a couple times, hey, the boundaries aren't loading up properly. And once we'll find out right here. So as I'm going through it right now, what I'm trying to do is to make all of the wave files just be one word and be all lowercase. And it actually did affect the way that the sound was being accessed within the code itself. And it did affect the way that the game functioned. So it was being pretty temperamental. So you can hear the puck, you can hear the goal, but you can't hear it when it hits that edge, or what I was calling the boundary. So my next step was to really hone in and actually use a diagram and use a picture of why it wasn't working. So I updated the prompt with the new picture, and it actually seemed to recognize what I was talking about. Okay, so I started to make the changes in ChatGPT, and I think I've spent a total of maybe about an hour and a half on this, and this is where it stands right now. So this is the game, and then I'm going to play against the computer, so you can hear the noises that it makes every time you hit it. And I actually have what I call like these power shots that I made up, and then if I press spacebar and hit it, this is one thing that I knew was going to happen. So I hit pause, reset game. So you could see that, you know, some of the original bugs that were there, I fixed, but you could also notice that when the puck went in the corner right there, there's no really way to release it or to pause. During a few of my reprompts, I guess you would call them, with ChatGPT, I asked for them to fix that issue by having the computer avoid the corner completely. I've never seemed to get it right, actually, through all of this. So the game was coming together, and I was actually pretty excited. This new prompt that I created added music to the actual game, so I'll have myself explain it all. Oh, so exciting. So as you saw, was really excited about this. It seems like the game really is coming together, and really all that I added after this were some music volume increases, some sound effect increases, and then I may have added a couple other surprises or two. So I'm going to show the last version that I created, and then we'll go straight to the kinks. Okay, you guys, this is kind of the final version that I am going to just make here. This is, again, only hour 2. I could do so much more with this, and I feel like this is a really good stopping point to show, you know, kind of how easy this was for me. And, you know, it's getting me really excited for the full challenge. So just wanted to show the kind of, not perfect, but as polished as it's gonna kind of be. Kind of air hockey game. So you got the music playing. Right, you got the instructions here, all like that. And I'm gonna play against the CPU. You can kind of see when I'm hitting the power up button, that it does light up, which is cool. And so, yeah, what a cool project. And I'll actually give the rankings as you guys kind of see more gameplay in the background. And I'll give you my scores. So really the instructions, were they easy to follow? I would say that would be a 4 out of 5. The reason why I gave that was that there were times where I felt like I was confused and I had to ask it to clarify. I want to say that may have been only one time, though. And everything else was literally laid out in steps. Second, did the prompts I send change the way I wanted it to? For the most part, again, you saw the part where I was having challenges with the boundaries. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. I asked it for music, asked it for, you know, pretty complex game components like the hand that you see there and the power up button, and it delivered time after time. Were there times that there were difficulties or the instructions weren't clear? I would say that there was only a few times that happened. So, was it difficult? I'll say that it was maybe 2 out of 5, meaning that it was, in most cases, it was actually very clear and straightforward. There were some hurdles that I did have to go over, though. Fourth, was the game imagined in my head? Almost exactly. Other than the hand animation, it was almost exactly what I pictured in my head. And the last question, was the game fun? To me, it was. It was awesome hearing my own voice in the music that I added. And to me, it gets me excited for the other 2 challenges that I have next, which is Gemini. And then I also have Claude to go through. So the next round is going to be a Pop-A-Shot game. I would imagine that's going to be a lot more difficult to program. I don't know if it's going to be 3D animated or not. But again, I'm excited to go through this. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know how you feel about this type of content.